November 3rd, 2023. What's common in today's marketplace besides the high interest rate, inflation, and buyers and sellers sitting on the sideline waiting it out? Subject to sale offers. My name is Sergej from neuHouzz team. A quick reminder about what we're seeing right now. Subject to sales are prevalent, and therefore I want to remind you, if you are a buyer, make sure that you're writing that specific clause in the right way. And what I mean by that, well, you can write it in a way where anybody can bump you out of there within a 48 hours relatively easily. And if you do know how subject to sale work, it's if you, as buyer number one, enter into contract and you have subject to sale offer, the seller will add, if it's not already there, a time clause for the reasons if the buyer number two comes who's interested in their property, seller invokes the 48-hour time clause on you, and you have to make a decision if you're going to, within 48 hours, remove all of the remaining conditions and make that deal firm, or if you're not in a position to do that, you're going to have to collapse that, and the buyer number two comes in and gets himself in the first position. Now, there's always a way to improve your odds, and I'm very, very much paying strict attention when we are writing that kind of offers. And that is, you need to make sure that you're writing that condition that the buyer number two needs to put some skin in the game before seller can invoke the time clause on you. So write it in the way that the buyer number two must perform their due diligence, such as maybe a home inspection, septic inspection, financing, and the first two, septic and home inspection due diligence, that is going to cost them money. Now, will the buyer number two be comfortable spending their money on the home inspection and maybe septic inspection if it's applicable before they know, even if they're going to have a shot if the time clause are invoked? So that is very critical. Now, if you're a seller, I am reminding you that you need to negotiate, that you are not in that position where you are locking yourself with the buyer number one, where only after home inspection is done with the buyer number two that you can invoke time clause. So of course, we're working both with buyers and sellers, and depends who we're representing. We'll be negotiating our best to put our clients in the best position. But so it's a friendly reminder how the buyer should write the clause and what the seller should look for when they're receiving the offer with subject to sale condition. Now, quick market update. What are we seeing right now? Well, if we're comparing to last October, we've seen about 17% drop in the volume, which is number of dollars that's been sold in this area. We're seeing 37% more listings on the market, and we're about right now 13% less sales than last year. So in October of this year, we had about 115 sales. So that's, puts into perspective that last October we had about 95 sales or something like that. So, you can see that definitely lesser volume is right now is the indicator of what the market is doing. Buyers are sitting on the sidelines, sellers kind of feeling the same. I think that once the early 2024 is going to come around, we're going to start seeing people who need to make a move. They will start actually putting their houses on the market, and we'll see even more inventory. So if you're a seller, you might want to reach out to your agent who you've been working with and create a little bit of a strategy how you're going to compete in the probably saturated market in the springtime. It's a guarantee. It's buyer's market here already. Buyers have a little bit more muscle to flex. They have larger inventory to pick through, and they also, they, even though maybe they still believe that, and it is, the interest rate is a little high, but we're going to start seeing feds in the new year trying to adjust a little bit to give us a little bit of a lifeline and stuff. But people still going to move. People still going to need to sell the places, and they will want to get themselves into the next property that they've been dreaming to purchase, and they've been sitting on the sideline this year thinking what they're going to do. So anyways, hopefully this information was helpful, and we'll see you guys around. Peace.